It's starting recording. Let everyone know they're being recorded. Okay, that time it worked. Yeah, that's what happened yesterday. I opened the beer and then it foamed over and exploded, and now people won't know.
Fuck!
Oh, Lukas just messaged us.
Don't worry. Oh, did he? Okay, hang on. Let me get my comfy spot. Okay. How's my voice? Do I sound succulent?
You sound sexylent.
Sexylent?
That's when you sound sexy for Lent.
My, did I tell you?
I can see your microphone.
Dude,
above you.
You should see this shit. I'm so lazy right now. I got it connected to my chair so I can lay down on my couch.
I mean, do you remember how much of a hassle it was when you had your little shed house of trying to find a thing to connect it to? Because you had like that marble, like we had to slide everything all around, and
yeah, it was a pain.
But we also had to be huddled around the microphone together.
Yeah, it was so hot, dude.
Hey
Did
guys.
you know that I'm like 210 pounds now? I've gained so much weight.
Hi, Lukas.
I'm a little fat boy now.
You gave up beer and you gained a bunch of weight.
No, the reason I've gained so much weight is because of beer.
You're still not drinking beer?
No, I'm drinking beer.
It lasted
Hi,
a long time. Hi, Lukas.
Hi, Lucas.
Can you guys see me?
No.
I've got a thumbs up going.
You do this every time. Do you have 2 thumbs up now?
It's actually one hand, his right hand, raised in the air in a 45-degree. Yep.
The other hand is cranking it Glebe style. Don't do that, Lukas.
Ew.
Drinking. So how are we gonna start this bitch?
We're just gonna hop into the movie. Remember, we ended our last one with, "Oh, hey, Devon," and then that was it.
Hey, what's up? What's up? That's me. This movie sucked.
Oh yeah.
Is that why we watched it? Because it sucked?
Yeah, it sucked.
No, yeah, but no. There's a through line.
It sucked. It was bad. Guys, I'm so surprised I even made it here on time. I was running around like a madman.
Me too, honestly.
Yours went late. Mine was off work at 5, to the YMCA by 5, a swim lesson for Callie, her first one, to then get changed to drive back across town for a choir rehearsal for an hour, to get done with that, and then drive here and get it done. It was like...
And Devon made it too. At least it's been the biggest miracle of all.
Yeah. I worked for 8 hours today, and then I came home and I watched an hour YouTube video, and then I watched
Pretty good.
Priorities.
Yeah, bro.
I coached a fuck ton of tennis.
Remember when
my dick off?
Remember when you were done with coaching after basketball is over, and now you've just been coaching a fuck ton of tennis?
Yeah, tennis is fun though.
Are you any good at tennis?
What?
Are you any good at tennis?
I am now. I'm fucking kicking ass.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm the best player on the fucking team. Kick these kids' ass.
Yeah,
I was pretty good back in my day.
I got top spin. I got a kick serve. I got a fucking jumping backhand. I got it all.
Hell yes.
Fucking danger with the racket in my hand.
Do you have your own racket?
I have 2.
Nice. I have 5.
It's good to have many for the many racket tournaments where you get to use 2 at once.
Dual wield, General Grievous, 4 rackets. They're never gonna beat me.
The Grievous tournament, yeah. Can you imagine? You get to so many balls.
Yeah.
So good at the net. Yeah, I have a hard out at 9, so you boys might as well carry the torch if it goes past that, which it probably will, as we know.
Well, let's start this up then.
Let's do it.
Lukas, my beer exploded on me again.
Oh, he's an alcoholic.
No. All right. Are
It's
we
okay.
all ready?
None of us drink too many beers. Yeah.
Okay. Devon, you ready? Devon, this is like your 4th episode this season. Hell yeah.
Y'all have been peer pressuring me.
You got in.
Good.
No, I love it. Seth got in on 1.
You bought a gun and you pointed at me so I can join.
Yeah.
Wait, have we started yet?
No, we haven't started yet.
Okay. All right. Cool.
We have to clap at 5 seconds. All right, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, play.
Bing bong. It's me.
Movie.
Movie.
Maddie.
Movie.
Now it's Devon. He's here. Bing bong. Fuck your life.
Fuck your life.
But you have. I'm very proud of you, Devon, for pulling through for us and joining us on a lot of episodes this season. I mean, not a lot, but like a good amount of episodes this season, especially for you. It was like once a season, maybe, and mostly just on your birthday.
Yeah. You want to know what I need to know is the ratio of cock to body. Is it larger for Danny DeVito than the normal person?
Oh. God, I hope he's packing. I hope that ratio.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. And I just needed to put that out in the universe. Anyway, Madam Web, right?
Madame Web.
Madonna Web.
Oh, good. No, just Madame. Yeah. So we open.
I think it was Jennifer. What's her name? Kate.
Jennifer's body.
Devon, tell me how you feel about her last name being like that. This is called Madame Web, but nobody ever refers to her as Madame Web, and that the title is Web WEB, but her last name is Web WEBB, and nobody refers to her as Madame.
Good boy.
2 B's in that bitch.
Yeah, the 2 B's in that bitch.
I think it makes me angry. It also makes me angry that they had auditions for the villain and they chose the worst actor they could find for the villain. Everyone else is like okay, like mediocre. He's like so bad.
I told Lukas, I was like, we're jumping ahead of himself. Every one of his lines was 80-yard. Like his mouth didn't match anything. But anyway, we'll get there. 1973, in the Amazon jungles of Peru, a research team.
Disco era.
It is the disco era, even in Peru. A research team led by the pregnant Constance Webb and her security guard, Ezekiel Sims, discover an unidentified species of spider with rare healing powers. Now, Constance says that the spiders have the potential to cure hundreds of diseases, while Sims is more interested to see if the spiders can give superhuman strength.
He's like Spider-Man. I want to be Spider-Man.
It's budget Spider-Man.
He wants to be a big boy.
We're all thinking it. He does, as we all would. But even in the in-universe, they're thinking like I could be a man spider if I did this.
And I mean, it's stupid. It's like they try their hardest to not say that Madam Web is a Spider-Man connected franchise in the comic books and everything, but it's like. He's dressed as Spider-Man. You see the 3 girls dressed as Spider-Man, giving superhuman strength. It's all Spidey sense. You're like, oh, Ben Parker, and they're gonna have there's a son, maybe Peter. What's the name?
There's a commissioner. Yeah,
it's just Spider-Man. But anyway,
it's Devon.
And then they do the Spider-Man kiss.
The security guard and the pregnant Constance Webb just start making out.
Spidey sex.
Yeah. But upside down.
What does Spidey sex constitute as? Like, what is?
There's a lot of
bound in the net.
Ooh, yeah. Bound by webs, a little bondage action. That'd be nice. I'm liking it.
Hundreds of eggs involved. Yeah.
Oh no, not on my back. That'll trigger Seth's trip.
Yeah.
Whose phone is vibrating? Is that mine?
Yours?
Probably.
Lukas.
I believe.
But after an arduous search and battling pain, Constance finds the spider she's looking for, but Ezekiel immediately betrays it. He pulls out a gun so fast. She's like,
waiting.
I got the spider. He's like, fuck.
Oh.
And also her response is, okay. Like every time someone gets shot, she goes, okay.
She does say okay. Everyone gets shot. He shoots 4 people. So he kills all these people, shooting even Constance in a struggle over this fight, leaving her for dead. But don't worry. The indigenous... Whoa, what a leg.
Well, I got a thing.
Don't pull your scab off, Lucas.
That's not what I'm doing.
That's 100% what you're doing. You were doing it in the first half.
I just pick my scab off if Lucas.
No, don't pick scabs. Anyway, don't worry. I know she got shot, but an indigenous tribe of red men. They were so red.
They were Rojo a little.
They come down from the trees. They had to save Constance Webb by having the spider bite her for the healing powers, but she dies shortly after, but not before giving birth to little Cassandra, a little Cassie
spider.
Webb. No, not a spider. Cassie Webb.
That'd be gross. And she's telling a birth story. Super spider venom running through her veins. Fucking Brazilian, fucking Peruvian red men saving her ass.
Yeah.
She thinks she's Nicole Kidman's wife in baby form.
And she's right.
And she's right. Well, the red men vow to always be there for Cassie as Cassandra's dying. And they say whenever she finds her way back to the Amazon, we'll be here. It's like, you will? What if she's like 80?
Or what?
This man's just going to be here. But
what if there's forestry? Yeah.
Flash to 30 years later. Cassie now works as a paramedic in New York City, alongside her co-workers Ben Parker and O'Neill. He never got any other name. It was just O'Neill.
He's a Mick. He's a fucking Irish. Yeah.
But he's
the actor for Ben Parker's name?
Huh?
What's the actor for Ben Parker?
Adam Scott.
Oh, he was in Severance, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and Parks and Rec.
Super Bad.
Step Brothers.
He wasn't in Super Bad. I meant to say Step Brothers. He's great. He was in Big Little Lies.
He's out of place here.
Yes. I think he's a little too good for it.
Yeah.
Totally.
He's a young Uncle Ben from the Spider-Man lore. And Cassandra was raised...
He got rice. Uncle Ben's rice.
Oh, shit. You're right. The rice.
Isn't that a thing? Uncle Ben's rice?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Devon's kind of looking like Uncle Ben lately.
That's me.
You lost the Hawkhead look, Devon. You need to grow your hair back out.
Once a year. I shave my head once a year. So in 1 year's time,
hustle back.
A little less than a year's time.
Did you say he's Hawkhead?
Nicole Kidman's not even gonna recognize him now.
Everyone at work was fucking devastated that I shaved my hair. I work in the trades. I thought they'd be happy for it. But they were like, you need to give us a week's notice before you shave your hair.
Because they know they aren't working with Hami Hawkes.
Yeah. One guy in specific was really sad about my Hami Hawkes look.
Interesting.
I work with autistic children sometimes, so if I shave or cut my hair, it's bedlam.
Oh no.
I was hoping you weren't gonna give any reasoning and just like, I work with autistic children sometime, and that was the end of the story.
And Devon, you remind me of them.
Yeah. Well, Cassie was raised as a foster kid. And she gets back to her house. She loves to feed the New York City stray cats some milk because strays stick together, as she says. Stupid.
And she's too benevolent. You know what I mean? How many sweet things can they put in her origin story? She's an orphan. She's a paramedic. She helps the strays. She has spider blood. She's hot. It's all this everything.
Yeah, make her a paraplegic old woman connected to life support.
Yeah, she's got Uncle Ben. She's banging. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Ooh, they were banging, huh? Well, in her suitcase at home, she pulls it out from underneath the bed. When she gets lonely, she likes to look through her mother's research notes that's in there with pictures of her from the Amazon. And she quickly gets a call, a 911 call, a dangerous call where a car is flipped over like on the edge of the bridge, just teetering.
Didn't this also happen in the Spider-Man movie?
Yes.
Nice.
I think in Spider-Man and The Amazing Spider-Man, but I haven't seen the Tom Holland Spider-Man, but I'm sure it happened in that.
This happened to Deer Hunter.
You're thinking of Poltergeist.
I'm thinking of The Leopard.
This happened in Adventures with Food Boy.
You're thinking of The Sting, Lucas. That's what it is. It's the Sting.
I'm not thinking of Uncle Boone Me, Devon. I am thinking of The Sting. You're right, Brandon.
He's not thinking of Uncle Boone Me. Devon, please watch Uncle Boone Me.
Can I watch it for
free?
Recall his I had to pay $4 for this movie.
It's on Netflix.
Not for the plebeian version that I subscribe to.
and it's on the Google Watch Madam Web online free 123.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah,
anytime it's the goated method.
Anytime you don't want to pay for a movie, just ask Lucas. He'll get you. He'll get you a link. So
Watch Madam Web free online 123.
There you go.
PiratePay.com.
So Cassie, she's at the scene with the teetering car. The chief falls into the water after saving the dude and has a near-death experience. She's seeing webs. She's hearing voices.
Yeah, right there.
She's just like touching blood, and she can change the future. And then Ben revives her. He jumped in the water, got her out, revived her. But she begins to experience visions. Initially, she dismisses them as deja vu. It's just like little things. Like she hears her vitals once, and then it happens again. She's like, "Whoa,
whoa! It sounds like a spider's in me." Yeah.
You see the Minecraft movie, Lucas?
Did I see it?
Oh, did you say that they have this Minecraft movie?
They already have the Minecraft movie. Yeah, which my kids loved, by the way.
I'm hearing that teens are getting kicked out of that those movie theaters so much.
I'm sure it's my kids. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! That one with Oliver. Kids are fucking dude. I about punted a kid in the theater.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. I can't.
Creepers don't explode like that. Shut the fuck up.
Devon, it's the same director as Gentleman Broncos.
Really? He fell off.
Correct.
Gentleman Broncos was pretty bad.
Although
I'm Nacho Libre.
I really like
a weird career.
What's Joaquin Phoenix?
Super weird.
Is that his name?
Is Joaquin Phoenix in Minecraft?
No, Jack Black.
No, the other guy, the big buff guy who played Aquaman.
Jason Momoa. I'll watch your show.
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Same first letter.
Was Momoa good?
He was really good. I liked his character. I think that's the only thing I liked about it. I didn't like Jack Black, and I always liked Jack Black.
I don't really like Jason Momoa, but I enjoyed him in his role in Dune.
He was in Dune?
Well, yeah. He's fucking Duncan Idaho. He's the greatest character in literary history.
Stabbing everybody. He was a monster.
Duncan Idaho rules. He's even a bigger role in Dune Part 3, like a massive role.
Nice.
Spoilers, there's 2 of him.
Whoa, he's got a tumor. Yeah. Well, after all this deja vu stuff, Ezekiel, the man that shot everybody in Peru earlier, he picks up a fine older lady, a MILF at the opera. And after he brings her back to his place in some vigorous lovemaking, he has visions. He wakes up to visions of him in the future being beaten up by 3 girls that are dressed as different versions of Spider-Woman and taking his spider from him. And he seems to have this
He's like, I had too much orange juice.
Yeah. He seems to have this vision every night with the same 3 women, and he wants to learn how to stop them. Luckily,
Devon.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
How's life been?
That's good.
How's the ladies been treating you?
I just got one lady. She's pretty cool.
How's the lady been treating you?
Oh, she's good. She's smarter than me.
What's all right, let's get back to the movie.
What the fuck was that?
All right.
Well, speaking of ladies, the lady that Ezekiel Sims had seduced was just a national security agent. She worked for the NSA, and she has access
He left.
To the NSA facial recognition software. I don't think so.
I'm sorry. She's not smarter than me. I take it back.
I'm super smart, guys.
Please. I know the difference between there, and there.
My girlfriend is dumb. I'm smart.
I remember the Conjunction Junction song.
I don't even know what a conjunction is, so more power to you.
Junction, what's your function? Don't remember that?
So this lady, she has the NSA facial recognition software to help him find the three girls from his vision. But then he immediately just like grabs her arm and his hands secrete poison. And so it just kills her and he steals her badge.
Imagine his semen is what I thought of.
Wow.
If he's sweating poison and he just fucked her.
Suck the poison out of me. Suck it out of me.
Yes. What do you think? Yeah, what do you think? What kind of fluids are going on down there?
Butt juice, seminal fluids,
juice. And now add weird
fluids,
prophetic spider fluid to the mix as well.
Prophetic spider fluids, prostate fluids,
tears and blood, as we talked about.
Yep, tears and blood.
I can convince Emily to give me my prostate exams so I don't have to go to a doctor. Do you learn that in med school?
Yeah, probably.
Cool.
You shouldn't outsource your medical, your medicine to the cheapest alternative always, though, Devon.
She's not cheap. She's just available.
Available. I mean, maybe get a second opinion on your butthole. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well,
I'll be your second opinion, Devon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Brandon, do you know how to do a prostate exam?
I was hinting at. Would you like me to?
Well, dude, anyone could put their finger in my butt for my own health.
Okay, just be warned. I've got a size 13 finger.
How do they measure finger sizes?
That's like ring finger sizes. Yeah.
It's a wide boy. Like this is a size 8 ring and it's big on my hand.
45,
size 13.
45 cal.
Personally, I measure finger size by how it feels in my butt.
Okay, well, I got a jammer then.
That's an awooga kind of finger.
Yeah.
I've got the cartoon eyes leave the skull.
Actually, an awooga is a size 12. Jammer is 13.
I'm sorry.
Finger.
He's got the eye opener.
That's what they call it.
So, yeah, the facial recognition software. So, Cassie attends a baby shower for Ben Parker's sister-in-law, Mary Parker, future mother Peter Parker. They play baby shower games like the good memories of your mother, but Cassie's mom is dead, so she makes it dark and awkward. Then they play like guess the baby's name, but she's having these deja vu moments, so she knows the baby's name, but she doesn't say it out loud until the unit mid-party gets called to a fire in an industrial complex that's just packed with explosives. And while they're there, while she's doing some pretty okay, I mean, it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad CPR. I guess if it's not good CPR, it's bad CPR.
Also, I'm not in the medical field, but was the theme of this movie like someone who went to a CPR class once and then thought it was the cure-all for all of medicine?
Yeah, this man's bleeding out. CPR. Hello.
CPR. He has brain cancer. Give him CPR, please.
Yeah.
This guy's got low blood sugar. CPR.
If ever I fall on the ground, I need to teach you three how to do CPR.
There was so much CPR in this movie. It was so funny. But she's doing CPR. She gets a vision where she's trying to revive her partner O'Neill's dead body. And, O'Neill's like, I gotta go. She fails to act on this vision. And as he drives away in the ambulance, he gets struck by a semi-truck, which was going honestly very slow. I was like, that wouldn't have killed him.
Yeah.
That's ironic. It's like at your wedding day.
Very minor T-bone.
He was
lived. That doesn't kill him.
Can I see your hands? Like your palms.
My palms?
Yeah, I just want to make sure they're okay after scrubbing that grill. Make sure that they aren't blistered or anything.
I had to cut my fingernails and get the little scraper to get all the gunk out from underneath it. They were like full black. But look at this. I'll take my watch off. You see that little mark on my wrist? That's where I got a big steel wool abrasion.
No, dude. I don't know if you can see this, but I got a huge blood blister on my finger.
Ooh, there's Lucas's scab.
Nice, dude. Hey, yeah. Did you eat the scab? Pick it with your teeth?
Yes. Of course.
Of course, yeah.
Was that from tennis coaching? Pleasures. Did you coach too hard?
I did. I had a cool shot in the gym last week, indoor practice, and I slid on the floor and I scraped my knee really bad.
Was it worth it?
I was like a cool celebration. No.
Not at all.
It wasn't that cool either. The kids think I'm the less of me.
It was super not cool when his skin peeled off on the floor and he cried like a baby.
Yeah, it was not impressive.
So, yeah, O'Neill dies. She tries to give him CPR and he's dead. And now you cut back to Sims. He's working with a hacker who extracts the images of the three girls from his dreams. I don't know how she did that. How his dreams came to real pictures, but it did.
Being digitized.
And then runs them by the NSA software to track them down. So now she knows exactly who they are, Julia, Anya, and Maddie. And she knows that one of them's an orphan and one of them is her father's deported. And she knows that the other one, their family's rich but doesn't care about her. And I don't know how she knows all that, but she does.
And one of them, is going to drown in the chocolate river.
Oh, yeah. And then this is where I put, why does it look like all of Ezekiel, the villain's lines are all 80-yard? His mouth didn't match at all. He was terrible. What a horrendous actor.
I think we can all agree he was the worst part of the worst movie, of a bad movie.
I think he made the bad movie a bad movie. I feel like if there was a good villain in this movie, it might have been a good movie.
Maybe.
This is a movie.
This is a part that I loved. Cassie has all this visions and deja vu, so she goes to a doctor, and the doctor's like, yeah, we did your CAT scan, we did your MRI, things are looking fine. She's like, I think you're just in shock. And she's like, I'm going to give you an official treatment plan. I want you to take 1 week of PTO. I want you to rest, and I want you to watch old movies. What kind of treatment plan was this?
Dude, I wish my boss
filled
would give me that treatment plan.
Oh my goodness.
You filled that at the pharmacy. There's 3 VHSs, 2 John Waynes, and a Humphrey Bogart.
Exactly.
Be on your way now.
I was like, what? Just take a week of PTO and watch old movies? What a
Devon, did you have a movie you always watched when you were sick?
Are you talking to me? Did you say Devon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Say Devon.
Honestly, when I was growing up, I was more of a book kid.
Even when you were ill?
Even when I was ill. My ill book was the Inkheart series. When I was growing up. You remember the Inkheart?
I don't remember the Inkheart.
I kind of.
Honestly, to this day, if I look at the Inkheart books, I feel sick because I remember I read them in the car when I was really car sick, but I didn't want to stop reading them, and now they're stained in my memory.
Just like Emily Cunningham.
Ooh, yeah. How's Emily? How's she doing?
I haven't talked to her in a while. She became super religious. I know that.
They all do. They all
She
do.
got
the weird ones
very. She got very upset at me at a Thanksgiving or a Christmas when I called them deviled eggs.
What are they? What are they supposed? What are they called otherwise?
I don't know. So I called them Satan's eggs, and she got really mad at me.
That's her, bro. I remember in grade school, she was hanging upside down on the monkey bars, and she just let go with her legs and like lost like 3 of her front teeth.
You told this story in our very first episode ever, Cats.
Yeah, and she would always flash her tits in like 4th grade. She got in a lot of trouble.
That's nice.
Were you the kid that she cut their shirt open with a pair of scissors?
No.
Ah. Lukas, do you ever meet my cousin Emily?
I have, unfortunately.
You have?
We all know Emily.
I have.
Dude, I need to meet Emily.
You have met Emily?
I have?
Yes, you were in school with her.
Well, yes, but I mean, I need to reconnect.
Re-meet her. You don't.
It's the same.
It's fine.
It's just the same.
It's worse.
It's the same, but like extremely religious.
Oh. She be flashing people, or is that against her religion now?
Probably against her religion, but I wouldn't put it past her. So, speaking of flashing, I don't know. After failing to prevent O'Neill's death, Cassie realizes she can see into the future. She also finds by acting timely, she has the opportunity to act on her visions and prevent specific events from taking place in the near future. One instance was she saved a bird from flying into her window. She's a lifesaver. Like a candy.
Those. Did you know if you hit a lifesaver with a hammer and record it in slow-mo, it releases like blue and green sparks?
Interesting.
It's called mechanoluminescence.
That was the 1 hour YouTube video you watched before watching this. It's just a man hitting lifesavers with a hammer for 1 hour.
It was hitting it once. It was that slow motion. For an hour.
60 minutes worth of just...
No, it was actually like 53 minutes of nothing before, like during the hammer swing, and 7 minutes of the impact.
Interesting. So that hacker, he tracks all 3 girls down to Grand Central Station. Of course, they all live in New York City. Of course, she can get access to all of them on the cameras. And they all end up entering the same train carriage with Cassie, as she has visions of them being attacked by Sims. I loved the visions. It was like him walking in, just grabbing one of them by the throat and slamming him against the train wall, and then just walking to the next woman, grabbing her by the throat and like breaking her neck. I was like, what are these?
Yeah, what did they do?
They are supposed to be spider women in the future that are going to take what's rightfully his.
So in the train? Wait, we're talking about the train scene, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but why is he just like... I thought he was just attacking random people in the train.
No, it was the 3 girls.
Oh, okay.
That would be crazier if it was random people, but...
That'd be unhinged.
Cassie is drawn to the girls and intervenes at some point to stop Ezekiel from ambushing them on the train. She gets him off the train. They're running through the stalls and everything when Sims just gets into a full black Spider-Man costume, climbing on the ceiling, attacking cops.
He's Black Spider-Man.
He's Black Spider-Man.
Fucking people up, kicking dogs, yeah.
Oh, kicking dogs? In the face and body?
In the leg.
Oh, thank God. I was thinking it was in the face.
The dog was trying to bite him, though. So that's okay. You can kick a dog if it's trying to bite you.
I punched a dog in the face.
For fun? Or out of safety?
When I was living in Crestview and Missoula, my neighbor started screaming. Their two dogs went at each other, and they were opening up their wounds from a dog fight like 2 days before. So I ran. She fit real good. So I came in there to try and separate them, but by myself, if I got one of their jaws off, the other one would just latch back on, and so I couldn't get them apart while opening it. So I just started punching the dogs in the head.
You were the villain, and he goes to that's like the white savior complex of it.
No, they were like 70 pound, like they were like Caesar's size, but like they were killing they were killing each other. No,
so I killed them first.
They were like killing each other. So I was trying to get them to release, and then I realized that what you need to do is kick them in the back of legs, like in their hind legs, to disorient them.
You were right at the start. You gotta keep them separated.
Bam, 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 bam. Oh, yeah, keep them separated.
Bam,
bam. That sounds about 70-pound dogs. Yeah.
That's a song about breaking up a dog fight. You gotta punch him in the head. Bam, bam, bam.
In my head, I'm just imagining like Brandon trying to like separate these dogs, and he just fucking beats them to death.
No, I have like scars from the dogs like sinking their teeth into my muscles. Then they weren't rabies certified, so I had to go to the emergency department. They had to do a whole rabies screening with me.
They should have sued that bitch.
Yeah, she didn't have any money. She had $8.
They say that.
That is what she say. But I did not sue, and I paid $800 in emergency department visit bills instead. And I had to punch a dog, which felt morally bad.
All right. I think we landed on the right page.
So, Cassie tries to hide all the girls. You know, the Sims in his Spider-Man thing, he's dodging bullets, climbing walls. She steals a taxi cab, takes the girls out of the city to hide them in a nearby forest. When she finds on the radio that she is actually the suspected attacker and is accused of kidnapping the 3 girls. So she's like, well, we got to get away because they're going to try and find me, and we got to stay away from the cameras for the Spider-Man wall climbing guy. They called him Ceiling Guy. And in the forest, Cassie and the girls realize they've all crossed paths earlier as well. Ceiling Guy. Damn you, Devon. They've all crossed paths, and Cassie reveals right away, she's like, yeah, I can see the future, but I don't know how to control my powers. And they're like, well, tell me what's going to happen next. She's like, I just told you I can't control them.
It's like a Dune thing. Yeah.
But upon Julia, oh yeah, it is like a Dune thing. Upon Julia, Sydney Sweeney's character, saying that the suited man was crawling like a spider, Cassie has a thought. And instead of like taking them with her, she's like, just stay in the fucking forest. I'll be back.
I'll figure it out. Yeah.
She goes back to her apartment, pulls out the suitcase, starts looking through the photos from her mother's notes, and sees a picture of her mom with Ezekiel. She realizes that the man is the killer of her mother and is now there to kill her as well.
And this man will stop at nothing for spider juice, Devon. Is there anything, Devon, that you think Seth loves enough that he would commit murder for?
A really cool colored snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like a frog? Oh yeah. He'd kill for a frog.
Yeah.
Like a woman.
Maybe his
frog cherishes.
Maybe the new girl that's joining his life.
Oh shit.
Does he has a new girl joining his life?
Do we approve of her?
I haven't met
her. What does
her.
that mean?
Do we need to take her out?
He's currently
joining his life mean.
He's currently seeing a girl.
Yeah.
She's
you make it sound like yes, that's what I mean. You make it sound like Seth's adopting her into his commune.
No. He just needs somebody there to help punch dogs.
He'll join his life. Interesting. I hope he loves and cherishes her. Yeah, Devon?
You know those frogs that excrete DMT from their skin?
Yeah.
That's That's how I view Seth. Whenever I'm with Seth, I feel like
you're
tripping
right.
on acid.
You're so right. It's crazy how right you are. He's such a frog that excretes DMT from its skin.
Yeah.
You should look him.
I've known Seth for over a decade, and that is definitely him.
It's a good vibe. That is his vibe.
Oh, man.
What's your screen?
So, you good?
Yeah.
So she also
Madam Web,
that spider people derive their powers from spider venom. They're very fast. They're very strong. They can climb walls. They have the spidey sense. So Cassie has a quick moment where she tries to grapple onto the wall, thinking that maybe she's a spider. She falls. But back in the ignoring Cassie's instructions to stay, the girls go to a diner to spend Maddie's plastic pollution money. And in there, Ezekiel finds them because a man at the diner recognizes the missing girls on the newspaper, calls 911, and the call is tracked by the hacker working for Sims. So now he's on his way to the diner.
I hardly know her.
You're right. You're so right.
Yeah.
And Cassie returns to the forest, finds the girls missing, and follows their footsteps over to the diner. She gets this vision of them just dancing on the tables of the diner to Toxic by Britney Spears for some basketball players in the circle booth in the corner, and then just all being murdered by Sims. And so she's got to get there because that was a vision. She gets there. They are dancing on the table. Like, I was like, is a small town diner the place to be like table dancing?
Yeah, imagine going to Ruby's and dancing on a table.
Do they know this song? Yeah.
A Ford cafe. What'd you say?
You know,
it's all very Lynchian.
Is it?
It gives you an unsettled sense of doom.
Very impending sense of doom, you're right. And so she sees them dancing after briefly incapacitating Ezekiel Sims by ramming him with the car through the diner storefront, just breaks the whole front of the store. Cassie takes the girls to a motel. And now the girls are fully convinced that only Cassie can save them, and somehow they need to get to this bottom of the mystery. But Sims is also
first thing is some room service.
No. Yeah. They're also
but Sims is fucking trying to get them.
That Cassie is the daughter of Constance. He's like, fuck that bitch. Fuck her.
That should have smashed that baby. Yeah.
I should have smashed that baby.
Well, he should have in his feet.
And so Cassie leaves to go. Cassie leaves to go back to the diner scene where again she has a vision where Sims explains that he needs to kill the girls, as in the future he has seen them destroy him. So she also learns that, but she also learns that Sam's hands release this neurotoxin, which could be fatal to humans if enough gets into your system. I don't know how she could only like partly see the future just a little bit before. Now she's having a full-on supernatural conversation with the villain.
She's a quick learner.
They're just chatting.
They all are. Just chit-chatting. Well, maybe he's connecting with her.
Maybe.
And not the other way around.
Maybe. Well, these extra visions were actually all a dream. Yeah. But the dream is true. But she's learned a lot. And she realizes this neurotoxin could stop your heart. So I need to teach these girls CPR. Devon loves it.
That's not the dummy.
Girls, if you see I'm on my period, I need you to give my CPR.
If I'm PMSing like crazy, break my ribs. Give me CPR.
Girls, if I have to fart, I need you to give me CPR.
That would push it out.
Because that's the thing about CPR is you're supposed to slap the shit out of their face before you start, right? Like just absolutely wail them before you even start doing any CPR.
Just to make sure that they're not faking.
That's what my one-on-one CPR instructor taught me on our hands-on meetings.
When she slapped the shit out of you.
Yeah, so step number one.
I like the idea of
not get my metal glove.
I like the idea of doing CPR but not asking if they're okay. Are you faking it? Are you faking?
Just beat the. It might. She said it jumpstarts the system, and it jumpstarted my system. I felt something down there.
Took you by surprise, big time.
Yeah, I woke into a kink up in me. Being hit.
The scene is not safe. Are you faking it?
I'll be the dummy again. Sure. We don't need that dummy. I'm more realistic. Yeah. You don't need that boxing bag. I'm here. But sir, why are you naked?
It's like a scene of The Office. It was rated R.
That's so funny.
I like being hit.
On a real note, have you guys seen the videos of the Lukas machine doing CPR?
That's Lukas right there.
Yeah. But it breaks every single one of their ribs, and it like, oh god, it's so violent.
I've seen them in person. I've seen a dead man being wheeled into an emergency department where I was working, and it just fucking thrust in the dude.
You know, Emily had speaking of horrible things to see, Emily had her anatomy lab, and she's on the skull, so she had to peel someone's face off like a couple weeks ago, and I made a joke about it, and I think she was mad at me for a while.
I've never seen a cadaver.
Like a Terminator.
They always had the face and the hands and the feet covered because they make it seem way more real. So I've never seen a face.
Well, I mean, she saw one momentarily before she peeled it off the body. But
yeah, exactly.
She'll never listen to this, so it's okay. I'm safe. But if you do, I'm sorry for outing you.
That's what she's gonna do if she gets into the middle of a dogfight. She's gonna immediately peel the face back.
I'm worried about it. She's peeled a human face off. I can't fuck this one up.
I put glass in walls.
I did. Truly. Actually, yeah, okay. Yeah.
So there's like 3 minutes of CPR. Then Cassie leaves the girls with her partner Ben in his home, and she just flies to Peru to try and find the Red Man Spider Tribe. Why didn't she bring them with? The other dude would have never found her in Peru. And the girls, they could have done like a training thing there. I don't know, but as she explores the jungle, the tribal chief,
they could have smoked Peruvian weed. Yeah,
the guy that saved her mother, or that saved her from her dying mother, he just immediately pops up. He's like, he knows her. He's like, "You're Cassie Webb. Come with me." But he's also in just like street clothes. I was like, "What? I thought you were the red
white guy."
Yeah,
living
he was not the red
man. Everyone in this, except for that one black guy who died immediately, they were all white guys with different accents. They were just like.
And then the chief, Santiago, puts Cassie through like this ritual that separates her soul from her body. He like pushes her body, but her body doesn't fall. Her soul falls into the healing water, where she experiences a plane of higher consciousness where all living things are connected and where every possible future can be seen.
In a way, very Dooney as well. Now that I think about it, all right, this is like taking the fucking worm drink or whatever. Devon, what do you think about that connection? Is it Dune?
I think it's a good
connection,
but also isn't there a scene in Doctor Strange where the girl punches him and his soul comes out? No, I'm talking about.
I didn't catch that one.
But is it Dune?
It's Dune.
Okay.
It's actually Doom. Doom played on a calculator.
And then through this ritual, she learns that Constance, her mother, sought the spider not for fame or money, as she had originally thought, but to save her from having the same fatal hereditary disease, myasthenia gravis, that Constance suffered from. And she's like, oh my God, I don't have this disease. So it worked on me, and my mom's a hero.
I got spider blood.
I got spider blood.
She's a hero. She's a hero.
A hero! And back in the U.S., Ben's pregnant sister-in-law, Mary, goes into labor earlier than expected, so he has to take her to the hospital along with all the girls. who are eventually seen on camera when in the car. So Sims is on his
Ceiling
way.
guy's coming.
And Cassie gets to Ben's to find the house empty, sees the amniotic fluid on the floor, gets a vision of Sims and the girls.
I still don't know how the visions ever work.
Yeah, they just kind of pop up.
Triggered, they're kind of triggered.
She
not
saw
all the time triggered.
Like vision, but
fluid.
Ezekiel intercepts them again, but Cassie rescues the girls. They're in like a traffic jam. He's about to come and just pound through the car. She drives through a 3rd-story parking garage, breaks through the billboard, and hits Sims mid-air. Like,
that was cool.
Her car
with a stunt.
An ambulance, allowing Ben and Mary to escape. And the girls, they're driving away in the ambulance now. She's getting all these visions of Sims getting close. She's like, get the AED, charge it, get the shock ready. And she's like, all right, shock now. They hold it to the rooftop so that when Sims lands on it, it electrocutes him.
Is it that much electricity?
That's stupid.
It's a ton, but I don't know if enough to do the whole roof of a car.
The shock of a flying man.
Yeah. Well, the group ends up luring Ezekiel to a condemned firework factory, the same site where O'Neill died when it was engulfed in flames earlier, and they set up this trap to disorient him while Cassie calls an evacuation helicopter to find their location. And they make their way all the way up to the rooftop. There's flares going, there's fireworks going, there's Pepsi product placements erupting everywhere, just like the fireworks. But this is the craziest part. When she harnessed her vision's power, narrowly avoids some explosions, flying scrap metal.
This is the Matrix shit. Yeah.
She pulls this piece of metal out of the metal wall that was like lodged in there. She just starts using
the Mark Wahlberg shit.
Fucking shield, deflecting fireworks left and right. I was like, how'd you get the metal out of the wall?
Yeah, it doesn't give you like super strength. Your visions, madam. She's just a spider though.
She's calling out commands. She's like, duck here, duck there, deflect. Fuck yeah. What?
She's being spiderly. And then I do have to say au revoir to you boys. Would you like any parting thoughts?
I want your rating and your recommendation.
I would not recommend. Which leads into a rating of 1.6 for Madame Web. I thought it was. I mean, I hate all Marvel movies, and this is like the lowest rung of them with Morbius. It's around Morbius's territory. Dakota's flat. The villain did not seem compelling. They just run around and punch. The visions are stupid. I hate Madame Web. 1.6.
I was torn of whether, I know you hate Marvel movies, of whether this is like the perfect antithesis of the standard Marvel movie, like the Avengers and Iron Man and Captain America, which you hate. So I was like, maybe you might see something in this, but then I was like, it's also just bad. So I don't think you can take something from it, and it's Marvel. So.
And it still has some of the bad Marvel cliches. So 1.6 for Madame Web.
Lucas,
a damn shame.
Thank you for joining. A Madame shame.
A damn shame.
Ooh,
thank you for joining us. Please put in some nominations, as next week is our bracket.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Skittles.
See ya.
Hey, Devon.
Bye, Rolos.
Yeah, what's up?
Just yeah, man.
Yeah.
Are we all getting together when you're in town, Brandon?
We could try. Yeah.
He's gone. Okay. All right.
He just said, "Yeah, man." Just literally pieced out.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
We could try though.
Okay.
So finishing this movie, Sims is on the roof. He's about to kill Julia when a firework comes flying right at him. Luckily, he sees the firework and he just like punches it, and it just flies and destroys their medevac helicopter. I was like, damn. He punched a firework into a helicopter?
I feel like these have to be some like weird industrial grade firework, because I've been hit by a big firework and it just left a bruise is all.
You
know?
But also some of them feel like they would explode upon a punch to it. So, but no, this one just deflected.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But destroys their helicopter. And as Sims gets to Cassie, starts choking her out. All the girls try to save her. They're becoming their own heroes. They're doing like skateboarding and throwing shit, and they're trying to fight him. He just one hand just like backslaps all of them, and they just go flying. And they're all just like hanging onto a ledge, not trying not to die. And Cassie, he's like, you can't save all of them at once. What are you gonna do? She taps into her true supernatural powers, creates this giant web soul around her, which is the stupidest thing, that reaches out to each of the girls. Her soul, the supernatural soul, is like, can somehow physically pull them. Guys, get up. Just stand up. Grab my hands. Pull up. Do a pull up. And so they're all just guided to safety. They all live from her little thing. And I was like, why is he letting her do this? Just kill her now. And then all three girls are also dead. Why did Sims let her do the web?
Because it's plot armor, man. She's wearing it.
The web is plot armor. But then he just punches her out of the trap, and she's like just laying on the thing, just like trying to die, and he's just taunting her about her dead mother and how he killed her mom. And I was like, what? But she sets up the final trap, which fatally crushes Ezekiel with Pepsi.
Yeah.
The S from the Pepsi sign crushes him. But Cassie also falls off the roof into the water below. And she's in the water, slowly falling and sinking and drowning as she watches like all these fireworks going off. And then fireworks start entering the water. They're coming slower than normal, but they're coming at her. And then finally one just comes straight at her face, hits her in the eyeball, knocks her unconscious. So it's like, a firework domed her in the water?
Yeah, dude.
So Julia jumps in the water to save her. The girls start their CPR. If you've been hit in the face with a firework, CPR. And they save her life. They were taught so well. And Cassie's taken to the hospital just as Mary gives birth to her son, Peter Parker, Spider-Man himself.
Is that true?
Yes. This is a Spider-Man story.
Really?
Yes.
What about all the other spider babies? The other three?
The other girls? Yeah, they're also Spider Women.
This makes me angry.
They're just all there. This is Spider-Man.
This was a Spider-Man prequel?
Not a prequel. It's its own thing, but it's in the same universe as Spider-Man. And they're all Spider-Women and Spider-Man.
So this is assuming that the entire Spider universe just ignored the other Spider-Women?
Correct. Yeah, it's just all about Spider-Man. It's about the dudes. It's about the bros.
Yeah, man.
Fuck the Spider-Women. Got a Spider-Man.
He's got a spider dick.
Here comes the spider dick.
Spider dick. Spider dick. Does whatever spider dick can. Can it grow?
When it's hard. Shoot some cum. When it's hard. Look out. Here goes the spider dick.
I feel like when Oliver is like 14, he'll have like the necessary humor to be on this podcast, you know?
That means this podcast just has to go on for 8 more years.
200 weeks is like 4 years, right?
Yeah, we've been almost for 4 years.
I was telling Emily, Emily was telling me for 300, we have to watch 300.
Oh, that would be a good idea.
It's too bad we didn't watch 200.
Yeah, or 100. But
yeah.
Cassie wakes up to discover that she's now blind and paraplegic due to her injuries. However, being blind, just like a Daredevil, it heightens senses. Her clairvoyance enables her to see fully into the future. So although she can't see, that girl can see.
Hell yeah.
And Cassie assures the girl, they're all living together in some loft apartment. She assures the girls that she's going to mentor them in their future roles when the time comes. And then you get a flash forward as she narrates of all 4 of them standing in uniform, ready to fight evil. And
yeah.
Of Madame Web. Madame Web. I doubt you have, and Lukas doesn't, but we need to do some quirks.
You can't say queer nowadays.
Or that's a technical foul.
That's a technical foul. How angry would you be if I've been recording on my laptop this whole time?
That's fine.
Okay.
Have you been?
I thought I was. My fucking thing was. Yeah, I think I'm. Hold on. Yeah. Yep.
I'll make it work. Quotes. Did you take any an hour ago?
Negative.
I've got 11 quotes. First, Julia, she goes, so who is he? And Cassie just goes, that man is Ezekiel Sims. He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died. It was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Don't ever say that out loud to anybody. And it's such a famous quote from this. Like, it's so bad. It's cringy. Julia, talking with Anya, she says, Ben said to tell you that the baby is doing really well and he's loving being an uncle. And Anya goes, yeah, all the fun and none of the responsibility. And Cassie, being blind, seeing the future now at the end, just goes, that's what he thinks, which I thought was actually kind of good because Ben Parker, Peter Parker, he ends up taking in Peter.
Wait, Ben Parker is Peter Parker's dad?
Oh, he's Uncle Ben. That's why his mom, Emma Roberts, is his sister-in-law, but Ben Parker ends up taking care of Peter when his parents die or go missing or whatever.
And Uncle Ben is the guy from Severance?
Yes.
I hate it. I hate it here.
You really did not pick up on any of the Spider-Man references in here, did you?
I drank a lot of cold smoke during this movie.
You're not supposed to be drinking beer, only root beer.
My pancreas can literally eat shit.
Next quote, the very beginning of the movie, Sims looking to Cassandra just goes, in the Amazon, he goes, do you think we're close? And she goes, I don't know. They're almost impossible to find. Is that a yes or a no? Probably a no. Just tell him no. We're not close.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So Cassie saves.
Oh my god, did you hear what Cassie said?
Oh my god, Cassie.
Holy fucking
in the
shit.
ambulance, she actually saved Julia's stepmom's life, right? She saved her life. And so they're in the hospital, and Sydney Sweeney, Julia's character, walks up trying to go see her stepmom in the hospital.
Wait,
and
Sydney Sweeney?
Yes, she was
Julia. In this film?
She was one of the Spider Women.
Did we watch the same movie?
Yes. She was the glasses, red, strawberry blonde haired girl. That was Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You just didn't recognize her because you didn't show her boobs.
I don't know who Sydney Sweeney is. I just know she's real, I guess.
Shows her boobs a lot. She's in Euphoria. Anyway, she comes up to the nurse. The nurse is like, who is this? And she's like, I'm the patient's stepdaughter. And the nurse just goes, I'm thinking you should go home. It's immediate family only. I was like, damn!
That's fucked.
She just wanted to come see your stepmom in the hospital. Cassie and Ben are eating Chinese food after their first call, and they're eating Chinese food, and they open a fortune cookie that just says "You will," and Cassie goes, "Do you know what this means?" And Ben just goes, "It means their printer
is broken,
out of ink, and we can't eat here anymore." I was like, "That's pretty good."
Yeah, it was okay.
When Cassie is like, when she fell over the edge of the car into the water and she's revived, basically, she was basically dead. They're like, you need to go to a hospital. She's like, I'm fine. I just want to go home and watch Idol. She just really wanted to watch season 2 of American Idol.
I was wondering about that. What is Idol?
American Idol.
Oh.
We watched From Justin to Kelly. You should know all the American Idol info now.
I'm so up to date, dude, on American Idol.
Okay. When Sims wakes up next to the NSA lady in his bed after that nightmare. She just goes, bad dream? He's like, it's not a dream. I'm going to be murdered one day. And I was like, whoa.
What a buzzkill. Isn't that what she says?
Heavy news to tell your one-night stand. Like, you're going to be murdered one day. Oh, here's the doctor's note. Cassie, I have all your reports from your other consultations. Your head CT was normal. Your MRI was clear, and there are no abnormalities. She's like, I just don't understand what is happening to me. Well, I recommend you take a week off from work, you get some rest, and you watch some old movies. It's like, fuck, don't. Stupidest. And then, of course, did you notice that when she went to watch old movies, she was watching A Christmas Carol? So she was doing at the scene where it's the ghost of the Christmas future. So it was like seeing your future. So it was like an ode to the movie and the clairvoyance.
Holy shit, dude. This movie's a 10 out of 10.
It's so deep. 3 more. This is just one of those like pun lines that they just try to fit in there. It's when she goes to the Amazon, she meets Santiago and she's hearing voices when her soul gets pushed into the water, and it just goes, your thread did not start when you were born. It started before. I was like, your thread, shut the fuck up.
Thread starts at conception.
Yeah. If you abort, you're killing the thread.
You're killing the thread, dude.
And then another nursing one asking about immediate family. Cassie's blind and in the hospital, and the nurse just comes in. She sees all the girls around her, and she goes, "Are you all immediate family?" And she just goes, "Yep, they're all mine." I was like, nurse didn't have any follow-up questions to the blind woman with the black daughter, the Hispanic daughter, and Sydney Sweeney, like,
and only 10 years apart in age.
Yeah, what? They're all mine. You had triracial triplets at 15 years old. And
that's
then
what I did.
The last quote, which pissed me off, because I think more than anything, probably the most famous and quotable superhero quote is Uncle Ben's, with great power comes great responsibility. That was first uttered in the Spider-Man 2002 Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire film. But Santiago, the tribal leader, goes, when you take on the responsibility, great power will come. That's so clunk. When you take on the great responsibility, great power will come. That's, don't butcher a classic quote like that.
Making it overly complicated.
Great power will come?
As Sun Tzu once said in The Art of War, bro, just stop.
He did say that. You're so right.
Yeah.
So, that's my quote. It's ratings time. What do you think the critics on Rotten Tomatoes gave Madame Web?
They give this a 2.6.
A 26?
Yeah.
Seth wins. It's an 11%.
Damn. Dude, I literally looked this up too before the podcast and I forgot all of it.
What about people, though, on the popcorn knitter?
2.6. There was a 2.6 in there. I know it.
It's 54%. Seth wins.
Fuck you, Seth.
What about the IMDb Metascore? This is out of 100.
26.
Oh, you got it fucking right. That's 2 points for you.
Did I really?
Yeah,
I knew it. I knew there was a 26.
And then lastly, an audience score out of 10.
A 39.
Oh, you're so close. It's a 4.0. Which means you got 3 points. Seth got 2. You beat Seth. Good job.
I knew it. I knew I was going to, because I could see the future, like Madame Web.
I looked up the future.
I looked it up on Google.
And although this isn't in the IMDb bottom 100, a 4.0 is very low. This comes in at the 38th worst film we've ever done. Movies just worse than this are The Cat in the Hat, Lawmageddon, Mel, The Wicker Man, and The Adventures of Food Boy. But just better than this are M. Night Shyamalan's The Last Airbender, Double Down. We watched Super Mario Bros. Together. You know that one. 50 Shades of Grey, The Country Bears, and No Holds Barred. We watched that one together, too.
Yeah.
Do you remember No Holds Barred? The Hulk Hogan wrestling one where me, you, Lukas, and Seth all were here watching it together in my basement?
I think I was really tired and also...
Yeah, you fell asleep in the last half hour.
Yeah.
And then we had a morning recording because it was before the baby shower.
Oh, hey, what are you doing with... never mind, I'll ask after. Go ahead.
So, what are you giving Madame Web?
1.9.
Isn't that what Lukas gave it, or did he give a 1.6?
1.6 is what he gave. I give it a 1.9.
Okay, reasoning?
This was a horrible movie. It tried really hard to be good. And the harder you try to be good, if you're bad, it makes it that much worse. There was no self-reflection in this movie. They were just like, oh, this is great.
Yeah. I think I'm at 2.2. I'm the highest of us, but we're all within 0.6 of each other. We're all 0.3 apart. It's very bad. A terrible film. There's everything, all the performances were below par or worse. The storyline is basically incoherent. Why did... I don't know. What the villain is the worst villain. He has no like true... Like, what did he want to do with the spider? Did he just want to be strong? Was that it?
Yeah, there was no really good motivation. His accent was bad, and he sucked, and I hated him.
What was his motivation? His motivation to kill the girls was so that they didn't kill him, which, okay, I guess you don't want to die. But, like, why did you need the spider for yourself? What were you going to do with it? I don't know what you were going to do with it. And then there's just Pepsi product placement everywhere, and there's too much CPR in it, and it was just all bad. So we averaged out to 1.9. Your rating.
Woo!
We're going to finish with some reviews. 3 critics. Robbie Collin at the Daily Telegraph says a 2-hour explosion in a boringness factory in which the forces of dullness and stupidity combine in new and infinitely perturbing ways. 1 out of 5 stars.
Correct. And
Correct.
Also true.
And yeah, you're so... It's... Wow. You're poetic tonight.
That's me.
Next is by Michael O'Sullivan at the Washington Post. They said, it's no blockbuster, but in its own quiet way, it manages to break down a few barriers. 2.5 out of 4 stars.
What fucking barriers, dude?
He didn't even know. He just wanted to say something. He couldn't even name the barriers.
He broke down some barriers, man. For worst movie. Like, how bad can it get?
What barriers? Next question. Move on. And then my last critic is at the Times. Kevin Marr says, sheer mind-boggling awfulness. It represents the death of the superhero genre, the burning of the superhero genre to the ground, and then the returning in the middle of the night to piss on the superhero genre's ashes. 1 out of 5 stars.
I like that guy.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then lastly, our users. I think I've got 5. I've got 6. First up is by Pixrocks 1. They say, Batman had his Batwoman. The $6 billion man had his $5 million Buck Distaff counterpart. Tarzan had Jane. As Madame Web battles her Spider-Man, it's pretty hard to decide who to root for. This film really keeps its viewers guessing. Spider-Man seems to have the vast majority of the cool moves, but he's hooked on Coca-Cola, so naturally you expect that the Pepsi will eventually do him in when push comes to shove. Most often, the good guys have the best technology, and in this arena, Spider-Man towers head and shoulders above Madame Web. On the other hand, the female arachnid tools around with a gang of wayward juvenile delinquents, calling in her taxpayer-funded colleagues to be wiped out while attempting rescues of conflagrations which she herself initiates. Beware the kiss of the Spider-Woman. 8 out of 10.
What the fuck? What? First of all, people who work in ambulance aren't taxpayer. They aren't paid by taxes. Second of all, what the fuck were you talking about?
It wasn't Spider-Man. It was actually Spider-Man.
I hate her.
I hate him too. Next up,
I hope he gets cancer of the nose.
Just the tip, though.
Yeah, like a witch.
Yeah. Next up is by Thesar 2. And they say Madam Dread. I wish I had seen into the future and saved myself the 2 hours. 3 out of 10.
Hell yeah.
Good, short
to the point.
This is you pretending to be Seth, pretending to be Snoopy style. It's Snoopy style.
Yeah.
And you pretending to be Seth, pretending to be Snoopy style says, the popular criticism that this is the worst film of the year. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's not even the worst thing coming from this branch of the Spider team. It's passable, but with some big issues in writing, logic, and the overall flow. Most importantly, I like Dakota Johnson. She's playing the reluctant hero. Now, the 3 girls are rather annoying at first. The movie solves this by showing the villain right away. I thought the girls would spend half the movie thinking that Webb had actually kidnapped them. That would truly be annoying. I would make a few changes. First, I would skip the 1973 opening. The audience could discover the story along with Cassandra, and there could always be some flashbacks. Second, the girls should join her on the trip to the Amazon. That would make more logical sense. She would want the girls close to her at all times, and then the final battle could take place in the jungle. It'd be a great way for the girls to get their superpowers. The movie has plenty of writing problems and others, but I've seen much worse. 6 out of 10.
I feel like Snoopy style is pretty reliable overall, but she fucking missed the target this time.
Yeah, for sure. Third to last, pre-penultimate is by Dasa 108.
Dasa.
Dasa.
Would you believe me if I had a rabbit and a cat in my lap right now?
I would, actually.
Pretty crazy.
Dasa says the film is the most radical demonstration of this precept. Those of us who grew up reading the comics know that we must honor our characters, the gender, race, and ability. No one would dream of representing Napoleon Bonaparte as if he were Chinese, or Thomas Jefferson if he were an Indian man. They wouldn't show them as women either. But with comic book characters, the freedom is absolute, and then Madam Web is no longer an old invalid, but a young woman with a story as uninteresting as that of my breakfast this morning. 1 out of
Yeah, dude. Try and lure us in with the start of the review and then hammer home the end of it.
The thing is in the comic, she is a 80-year-old on her deathbed connected to life support woman that's blind and paraplegic, and the life support cords form a web around her that she rests in.
That sounds way cooler than this movie.
Yeah, but then it couldn't be a hot young woman.
It'd be a gilf.
A good gilf. It's a great grandma.
Ooh, I'd get down with a good gilf.
Get down with the good gilf.
Good gilf.
My penultimate.
When their whole body looks like a labia.
Oh, god damn.
Sorry, I don't.
Jesus Christ. My penultimate review is by Armando GPA. They say, as everyone knows, Sydney Sweeney is extremely beautiful, and she can show her sexy side, but she doesn't need it to captivate the audience. It happens in reality, as it happens on Madam Web. In this last one, she hides her voluptuous, perfect, and sensual figure in a teenager dark school uniform in order not to steal the attention away from the story. I think it's very generous from her and shows the kind of great star she is. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna, that doesn't even warrant a comment from me. I'm just gonna let that one stand.
That was Seth.
Of course it was.
Actually, Seth's roommate and friend is named Armando. Maybe he logged in under Armando's IMDb and wrote it.
Ooh.
My last one is by Jace the Film Guy. And they say, why do I want a Pepsi now? 1 out of 10.
Nice.
A lot of Pepsi placement in this. So, that's going to end it. Are you recommending Madam Web?
That's going to be a negative, Ghost Rider.
Hard no. Don't watch Madam Web, please. I kind of think Morbius was better at this because I was able to laugh at Morbius. Because he was more.
Yeah, this one tried so hard and missed so far.
Yep. But that is going to end season 12. It's going to end our 200th episode, and it's going to end Madam Web. Thank you guys. We did it. We're gonna rank all of our movies, and we're gonna make them compete. We're gonna punch them in the head. We're gonna have an award show, and then season 13, kicking off season 13 with I don't have my thing up there yet. I think we're kicking it off with a long-awaited animated movie, Sunshine Berry and the Disco Worms. It's gonna be great. So tune into there. Thank you, Devon, for joining us. Thank you, Lukas, who had to leave but joined us. Thank you all for listening the whole way through 4 years of podcasts, and we'll see you next week.
Bing bong. Bing bong.
Fuck your life.
Fuck your life. Oh, what are you going to do for podcast this next weekend?
I don't know.
Are you bringing your laptop?
Yeah.
Okay.
But not my microphone.
Oh. Is this going to be the first week in 4 years?
Or might just do it when I get back. The bracket has a lot of work that has to go into it because Marina creates the Excel spreadsheet. She sends them out to all of us. Then we rank all of our things. Then she takes it. She calculates the scores. She puts in the document for the winners. And then she creates cards that we all open and read for the award winners of everything as well.
Oh.
We haven't been on the bracket since the second bracket.
Yeah.
This is going to be the 8th one.
8. Do we do 2 seasons a year?
Yeah.
Oh.
We do close to 3. We do 3 seasons a year.
Nice.
There's 17-week rotations, and there's 52 weeks. So 3 seasons and then 1 additional episode a year.
Shouldn't we be on season 9 then?
We're almost done with 4 years.
3, 6, 9, 12? 12. Shouldn't we be on 12?
Season 12.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. So that it all makes sense now. So,
Yes.
And you've been on several. I shared that document with you ages ago.
I think I received that. I may have received that along with all my other debt collector emails.
You did receive it in your email. Check it out. You've been on like 4 episodes. Put any noms in that you like for best picture, worst picture. You've only seen pretty much bad movies. I think the best movie you saw with us this season was Evan Almighty, which was just like, okay.
Yeah.
But you watched From Justin to Kelly and you watched this. These are horrendous.
These are very bad. Quite bad.
But yeah, me, you, and Lukas, and Marina, and Alex can try to all get together while I'm there.
Deal.
Okay.
I'm there.
You're there.
Too bad Emily won't be.
Yeah. When are you coming to Billings?
So this next weekend you're going to be in town, and then I'll have Oliver and Emily will be in town the following weekend. And the weekend after that, I'm coming up.
So the end of April, first weekend of May.
Yeah, I think so. And I think I'm gonna take like a Thursday, Friday off, so I can.
So not Easter weekend, but the weekend after that.
I believe so. Yeah.
She's coming up Easter when you have Oliver.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just be getting back from Denver on a work trip for there, so I'll be free too. I've got 3 days off that weekend.
Woo, dude! Yeah. Let's fucking hit the town.
Well, no.
Let's go clubbing.
There's no clubbing in Billings.
Let's do some lines.
No, I don't think so.
Let's take some Molly.
Let's play some games.
Let's shoot BB guns at people's windows.
Let's give you prostate exams.
Ooh, you had me at prostate.
I need to write down a couple tangents from today because I need to write down every tangent that we went on, all the best ones. And us giving you prostate exams and me punching dogs in the head were both really good ones.
Yeah.
Random people giving Devon prostate exams. Brandon punching dogs in the head. Okay. Alrighty. Send this to me.
God bless America.
And I'll see how it sounds and if it's even worth using or if I should use the YouTube audio or what. So
okay. I think for like the first like half hour it was like my thing, and then I think I moved
stood
and
up
shifted
or moved and
yeah.
Okay.
When I was screaming really loud, I think when it happened.
Sure. All right.
Okay. All right. Goodbye. Good night.
See you this weekend.
Yeah, see you this weekend.
Bye.